So these are the goodies that I got from Jin's concert. I have not taken a good look at any of these things, so this is a perfect video to do that. This is what I actually bought from the merch store. Actually, it's a mini photo card set. I believe that there's only like 3 photo cards here, but I am very happy that I was able to get this. I got these pretty easily. It seems that they actually were well stocked with photo cards, because I actually went to the outdoor merch store and I got this in. I was very surprised that it was very easy to find. And then this is like a little ticket that this was basically a fan project. I actually, after I bought the merch, I actually went back to my car because it was so hot. We had like a heat warning that day, and so I went back to my car until the doors open of the arena. And the cool thing is that where I was parked, I was able to see when the doors will open, and everybody applauded, so that's how I knew. So I waited like another 15 minutes after the doors opened to try to get everybody in there and not having to wait that long. But I left this in my car, so I didn't held it on during the concert, which kind of sucked. But that's basically what this is. I'm gonna get this out of the way so that we can focus on the other things here. And this is gonna fly away because I have my fan on. So these are actually some of the confetti that was thrown at the show. So much confetti in the show. Pretty crazy, but this is a little bit of it. There was somebody from the floor that was actually handing all this out. And so I just picked some of them. I've actually had some from Stray Kids, like just like a couple of like pieces of confetti there. People go crazy with these to keep them. And the balloons, they have balloons in there, and people just took the balloons. Well, I mean, the staff was not gonna get them back anyway, so why not? But before I go through this, I want to talk about the concert. So Jin was here in Tampa, Florida, Saturday and Sunday, 26th and the 27th of July. And I went to the concert on the 27th. This concert, I mean, honestly, like music type-wise, Jin, from all the members, Jin is the one that the music I like the most. I mean, he has this kind of like, funny thing to compare, but he has this Coldplay kind of like influence in his music. Very positive, very poppy. It's a little bit of a toned down Harry Styles, but then closer to Coldplay. Like if Chris Martin and Harry Styles had a child, that would be Jin. It's just kind of crazy. But I really like his music. It's so cute. It's so cool. It's so uplifting. I really like it very much. And so I was excited to be able to participate. And the fact that he had a stop in Tampa, that I was surprised. I think it was because everybody's touring everywhere else, so there is not many venues available. So and I don't think Jin wanted something too big. So I guess the Amalie Arena in Tampa was the perfect venue. And speaking of the venue, I will have to say though, the Amalie Arena, it's in pretty crappy condition. I mean, I had to say that I had not been there in like 20 years. The last time and the first time that I was there was back in 2006 for an event. And I remember I had no problem. Everything looked good. Everything looked clean and everything. I don't think they have updated it since then because it kind of looks so run down. Everything worked, but it's just like, the seats were all mismatchy, and at least in the section that I was in, and it just really looked not great. I don't know. It wasn't the cleanest venue either. I don't know if they didn't do a good job. I mean, Jin was there the previous night, so I understand that there's so much that goes into, you know, putting this concert together. Although the more I think about it, it's like, well, they didn't have to get this, you know, to rip out the stage because he was gonna be there for another night. So the only thing that had to happen was cleaning. I don't know. I really don't know. It wasn't the cleanest, you know. And I hate to say that, but I just want to let you know, if you guys are going to the Amalie Arena for any future concerts, like I don't know. I mean, everything worked. Bathrooms were fine. Concessions, I didn't eat anything, but everything looks fine. There was a lot of food options. That is a good positive. That is a good positive. That is a positive because there were so many options. I think that is the venue that I could see the most options for food. So much food everywhere. There's a tavern. There is a place that you can hang out while you're waiting for the venue to open, and then there's a place inside, like restaurant wise. Then there's so many different food options. Food, you were not gonna be hungry. But other than that, like the venue itself shows its age. You know, they need to do something. I thought that they renovated it or something. I don't know. But I was kind of not disappointed, but I was surprised about the conditions of the venue itself. But anyway, the concert itself, I'm gonna talk about the positive and then I'm gonna talk about the negative, okay? But we're gonna start with the positive. The concert was fantastic. I posted several YouTube shorts about my experience, and I will post some of those shorts in this video so that it is not monotonous, so then you're not only looking at this. So it was great. Jin just walking to the stage, and that was it. And I was so surprised, and I'm like, oh, that's how you start the concert. I guess that is Jin. That is Jin. It's just 100% Jin. You can tell that Jin basically just said, he talked to Jaime and said, this is what I want to do in my concert, and that's exactly what they did for him. It's all in Jin's mind. So basically we just took a ride on Jin's mind and what he wanted the concert to be, and it was such a wild ride. It was so cool. His voice, oh my god, his voice is so good. He can sing. Every song was flawless. This man, like, I don't know how, you know, back to back, like he sang the night before. Like, I can't believe that his voice is so good. It is so good. I admire him even more now after the concert. The music that he has, it sounds live. I mean, it sounds great in the album, but it sounds live so much better. The band, oh my god, that band that he had. I want to say that from the Stray Kids and from ATEEZ's band, they were great. But this band, these musicians that were with Jin in this tour, the best so far. Now, I only been to 3 concerts, but I'm just telling you that compared to the Stray Kids and to ATEEZ, Jin's band, the best. All the props, you know, there were all sorts of confetti. There was fire, there were fireworks, there were so many things, and he didn't shy away from showing the projections too. Everything was so beautifully done, well done. The environment that it created since he came on stage, it was magical. I think that is the only description that I have for the concert. It was magical. It was really magical. And then you have to play some games, okay? And so that I'm not gonna spoil that. So you guys figure it out. I don't wanna, you know, if you guys are going to the concert in the future, I just don't want you to get spoiled. I think he only has one more stop here in the United States, and then he's going to Europe, to England, and then he's going to Amsterdam, and he's gonna end in Amsterdam. And the Amsterdam show is the one that's gonna be live stream. You can see it on theaters. I think it's gonna be live stream. I don't know if it's gonna be recorded. I think it's live stream. And I would recommend you to go if you couldn't go to the stops. I know that they were almost, I mean, this tour was announced almost last minute and it was very limited cities that he was in. So go to the theater and watch the concert. It's really good. I am actually thinking about doing that. I have had the opportunity to go to several of them, but I just felt like, nah, I kind of felt weird about going to a theater, but I think I'm gonna do it for this one. I want to see the concert again. It is so good. It is really, really good. So I love the concert at all. Now, the negative that I want to mention, okay? Army. So, being my first interaction with BTS fans, I was skeptical at the same time as I was skeptical with the States, I was skeptical with the 18s, because the level of energy that fans have for K-pop, it's a little bit, I don't want to say it's too much for me, but it's a little bit too much for me. I'm an old person, okay? So I don't have the energy of a 15, 16, 17 to 25-year-old that are just too excited to like, I don't have that energy anymore. I don't want to say envy it, but I miss it. I miss it very much, the type of energy and care and love that young people have through whatever they really like. It's incredible. It's fantastic. I am not criticizing any of that. I am not criticizing people having hopes, dreams, like having crushes with artists. I was young. I had my crushes. Okay, I scream, I yell, I cry for people that didn't know who I was. Like, I went through that phase, okay? So we all go through it, okay? So that is not what I am actually like disappointed about. What I'm disappointed about is that the army, and I don't want to say Tampa, I mean the location of the concert was in Tampa, but army were from all around the state, and actually from other states. They came in to see this concert. I had good interactions with the States and with the 18s, and I didn't have a problem talking to other people. I went there by myself. I go to this concert by myself. So I don't have a problem being in a line, talking to people, walking to go to the arena from the parking and talking to people. That interaction didn't happen with Army. Army seems to be in their own world, and if they were on their own, they were on their own. They wouldn't talk. They wouldn't look at anybody else. If they were together, they stayed together. They didn't look at anybody else. They just stayed together as a group, and they interacted with each other, but they didn't interact with anybody out there. It was very. I started feeling kind of sad. Seriously, like it killed a little bit of the vibe that I have for the concert. Really, the fact that they just won't talk to you. They just won't. I'm generalizing this because the majority of the people didn't like interact, and not only with me but with other people, because by myself I can actually sit down and watch and see, people watch and see what's going on, and I could see that there was no interaction between each other. Even people who were sitting together, you could tell that they don't know each other. They just won't talk to each other. It made me kind of sad. It made me kind of like feel left out. It made me feel like I didn't belong there. And I have to say that because I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want, if you have the opportunity to go to New York, or if you have the opportunity to go to any of the other K-pop artist concerts, we need to be more welcoming. We need to be, say hi and ask, are you excited? Is this your first time here? Just a little bit of an interaction, or how hot it is. That is such a comment that everybody should have made, because it was hot as hell. It was seriously hot. So I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. Oh my God, this and that. But honestly, like it was really not welcoming to me. The only time that I started feeling welcome is when actually two people, they were like maybe about my age or older, they sat next to me to my left, and they were very welcoming, very warm. They asked me, if it was my first time seeing Jin. They came here the night before, they saw him the night before, they're seeing him again. They're going to see AT's this week. Actually, tomorrow is AT's concert in, I think, in Seattle, and they're gonna see AT's, and I told them I saw them last week, so you guys are gonna enjoy the show. So I really like that, and that made me feel so much better. But with the negative, with ARMY, okay, I just had to say I didn't have a good experience, a good welcoming experience by ARMY fans. But let me tell you this, ARMY will die for Jin, okay? ARMY will die for Jin. As soon as Jin hit the stage, the whole atmosphere changed to the point of like adoration. Like, they love Jin so much. And the emotions, people were crying, people were screaming, people were like looking at Jin, and it was such like love, and everybody all of a sudden got together as one, and that is something. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, So my opinion of ARMY kind of changed because of that, because I really didn't want that attitude that I felt to be felt by the artist, right? That doesn't make any sense. Are they gonna be like abrasive or like, I don't know, like arrogant or whatever? But no, not at all. Like, ARMY loves Jin, okay? Loves him very much. And I enjoyed the concert to the full. And then after the concert, I got a couple of freebies from people that were very kind, very nice, giving freebies away. Actually, and this is different from other concerts. So from Stray Kids and from ATEEZ, I didn't get any freebies after the concert. Everybody wanted to just dart out of the venue. Whereas for Tampa, they wanted to hang out. So it was a completely different experience. Completely different. I actually like that vibe, that people wanted to hang out. They were hanging out in groups, and they just wanted to say, what do you guys want to do? Where do you guys want to go? Like, nobody wanted to leave. And maybe the reason is because the show, actually, I forgot to say that the show is like, it's kind of short. It was 2 hours. Now, after the first hour, Jin is gonna start saying that it is the last song, okay? Do not pay attention to that. That is not true. Because I say there is no way that you're gonna do a show just as long as my commute from my house to the venue, okay? So you better get another hour and a half, 2 hours of this. But actually the show was 2 hours long. And that was kind of like weird, because a Stray Kids concert was 3 hours and 15 minutes. ATEEZ's concert was close to 3 hours, or even the 3 hour mark. So all of a sudden seeing Jin for like 2 hours, I was like, where's the rest of the concert? But, it's a one-man show. And he sang, he left his soul on that stage, okay? So I cannot ask him for more, really. And he did such a great job, and he gave us the energy that we needed. But it was kind of like a short concert. So I wonder if there's people there that they didn't want to leave because they've been to other concerts, and the other concerts have been longer. And they're like, what are we gonna do now? I'm not prepared to go. But yeah, afterwards, I really think that the energy kind of changed. But I did have to say that at the beginning, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the vibe at the beginning before the concert started. But then once the concert started, everything changed. So don't kill me in the comments. Your love for Jin and your love for BTS was definitely shown. I felt it, and that's at the end of the day what matters. But I do have to say that please be kind to others. Just be aware, These experiences are not taken lightly. Like, there's so many people that cannot go to these concerts, that they only dream to be able to afford to come to one of these concerts, or at least have the artist go to their city so that they can actually afford to go. And so I feel should be grateful. We all should be grateful for the fact that we are able to get a ticket and go and enjoy this concert, because it is really a privilege. It is not only a privilege for the artist to be able to make it to our city or somewhere where we can just get into a car and drive, but it's also a privilege for us to be able to afford it and participate in this concert. So just be kind to others, okay? That's all I have to say. And I have talked enough about Jin. But let's actually go through the freebies, because this is what we're here for. And this video is already too long. So these two are actually like fan-made card that I got. It's actually pretty cute. Two cute photo cards. Then I got this. I have no idea what this is. I think this is supposed to be like a bookmark, but I don't know if this is just a protector, or am I supposed to take this out? Okay. Well, if I wasn't supposed to take this out, well, I did. I just did. I have no idea what this is. I think this is, oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, it says what it is, free prints. So these are actually photo paper, but oh, this is pretty cute. Oh my god, the fan that made this. This is some fancy stuff. This is pretty cute. So this is photo quality. I really like this. You see that? Look at that photo, it's pretty cool. I like this a lot. Wow, that's pretty cool. And then you actually get individual ones. Oh, I like this. I like this photo a lot. But I really like this picture. And this one too, that's pretty cool. And then this is like, oh, this is a sticker. This actually feels more like a sticker. I like these a lot. That is so cool. This is pretty cool. I like this a lot. It's actually pretty cool. So I like this. Put that in there. Then we got these, which is like a little charm. Well, yeah, that's a curious. Oh, look at that, RJ. Little paper thingy. That is so cute. This is, I guess you could call it a charm. That's pretty cute. I mean, it's not a bracelet for sure, but I guess you could, I don't know, I guess you could wear it like this. Or you can just put it, you know, with a keychain or something, just tag it along. That's actually pretty cool. This is it almost looks like a sticker, but it's not. It's just a piece of paper with printed Jin photos. And then we got another BTS member that I forgot his name. How come? This is J-Hope's mascot, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh my god. And then this is a magnet. It does feel like a magnet. Oh my god, that is so cool. Oh, I'm gonna put this magnet on my refrigerator for sure. So those are really so many cool. I think this is the one that I had the most amount of freebies. And there I was complaining about Army, right? But no, this is actually pretty cute. And then these are the photo cards that I bought from the merch. Oh, this is pretty cool. I like that there is a photo card just promoting the tour. And then this is Jin. And Jin again. And I didn't show you the back. I'm gonna show you the back. 10 of 15. And then 115. So there's 15 different. Oh, I didn't know that. There's 15 different photos, so you can get a combination. Whoa, I didn't know that. If I knew that, I would have bought, well, I don't know if I wanted to buy more than one of those, because what if I get duplicates? I guess I could have given them away. I didn't know there were 15 of them. Well, there you go. But I'm happy with these 3 because this is how I can kind of remember that I went to the tour. So this is it. Video had gone longer than I anticipated. So, but yeah, overall, I will say go to the concert. Go to the concert that you can. Don't overthink it. Just go. You know, you never know what's gonna happen next week. You don't know what's gonna happen next year. You really don't know. So enjoy your time and just go. Have fun. Love others. Love Jin. Love BTS. Love them all. Yeah, this is it. This is the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.